We got another mock draft video for you today, but this time with the 8th overall pick. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the time NFL season kicks off, and we can't do that without your help. Let's get into it. All right, we have a 12-team full PPR snake draft. We have the 8th overall pick, no kicker, double flex. So let's dive right in and see what we can do here. So usually at the spot, I like leaving the first round with a running back. Sometimes there are appealing wide receivers here, like Jamar Chase will sometimes fall this far, but I usually like leaving with a running back. And Jamar Chase is available, but I am going to go with a running back, and I'm going to go with Najee Harris. He was great for fantasy last season, and I don't expect him to have the same workload that he did last year, but I do expect him to be very involved, and we know the Steelers produce fantasy running backs. We've seen it with Le'Veon Bell, James Conner, Najee Harris last season, and going into the second year, I think he's going to be very relevant. So I don't mind Najee Harris at all, but it's back to me, and I'm going to go with another running back. We got Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, and I probably should go with Alvin Kamara or Aaron Jones here, but I'm going to go with Javonte Williams. The coaches came out and said that they want him to be the guy for the Broncos. Melvin Gordon came out and said that he knows the coaches want him to be the guy. So I don't expect this backfield to be split. I do expect Melvin Gordon still to be involved, but I expect Javonte Williams to be the guy on the field when they're in the red zone. And with Russell Wilson as their quarterback, they're going to be in the red zone a whole lot more than they were last season. So I don't mind Javonte Williams at all. I think he has top 10 potential. Back to me though, and let's see what wide receivers are available. No one that I feel like I want to go for right now. Let's check out the quarterbacks, and we got Justin Herbert available here. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. He's great for fantasy last season, and I think he's going to continue just getting better. He has a high ceiling, so I don't mind getting him as my quarterback at all. And it's back to me here, and I'm going to go with a wide receiver now, and we got DJ Moore here. I like DJ Moore this season. He's been a consistent wide receiver. Doesn't matter who's the quarterback, he finds a way to produce. So I'm expecting Baker Mayfield to be the starter for this team, and I'm going to really like DJ Moore this season, so I don't mind him at all. And it's back to me here, and we got Courtland Sutton still available here, and this is a no-brainer. Courtland Sutton's going to be a top 10 wide receiver here. Getting him this late in the draft, getting him in the 4th or 5th round is a steal, so I don't mind it. And it's back to me, and let's see what running backs are available. We got AJ Dillon here. I love AJ Dillon this season. I like Aaron Jones as well. I think these guys have a great opportunity. With Devontae Adams not on this team, he had 169 targets last season, so I think this offense is going to look completely different, and I think they're going to really lean on these running backs, so I don't mind AJ Dillon at all this season. Back to me, and let's continue to get depth at the wide receiver position. We got Gabe Davis, Devontae Smith, Hunter Renfrow, and I'm going to go with Gabe Davis here. This guy was great last season, towards the end of the season, and specifically into the playoffs, and now Emmanuel Sanders isn't here anymore. Cole Beasley isn't here anymore, so it's going to be Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis as their main 2 wide receivers. So I think Gabe Davis is going to have his breakout season this year, easily going to get over 1,000 yards for sure. So back to me here, and let's continue to get depth at the wide receiver position. Now I'm going to go with Treylon Burks. A lot of people are talking down on Treylon Burks because of the preseason games, because he wasn't very involved, but if you go look at the tape, he was wide open. The ball wasn't being thrown to him when it needed to be, and if you go look, those plays were most likely would have been touchdowns. So I like Treylon Burks this season, and it's back to me, and I'm going to continue to get more depth at the wide receiver position, and Christian Kirk is available here, and I think this guy's being slept on. The Jaguars paid him a lot of money to be on this team, so I expect him to be very involved in this offense. This team's going to look a lot different than it did last year. New coaching staff, so I expect the whole overall vibe of this team to look a lot different, and I expect Christian Kirk to be the wide receiver 1 for this team, so getting him in the 9th round is a good value. And it's back to me, and let's take a look at what running backs we have available. We got James Robinson, who I like, Dameon Pierce. I'm gonna go with Dameon Pierce. This guy's gonna be the RB1 for the Texans. I assume by the time we get closer to the season actually starting, I think his ADP is gonna rise, but this guy's gonna be great for fantasy. He looks great in preseason and training camp, so if he's gonna be the RB1 for the Texans, getting him in the 10th round is gonna be a great value, so I don't mind Dameon Pierce at all. And it's back to me, and let's check out our roster here, and our roster is looking pretty good. We need a tight end still, defense, and 2 bench spots, so I'm gonna go for a tight end here. We got Tyler Higbee, Irv Smith, Noah Fant, Gerald Everett, and I'm gonna go with Gerald Everett here. Donald Parham is gonna be the tight end that I feel like they're gonna lean on more, but he is dealing with the injury right now, so I expect Gerald Everett to be involved right away. We saw saw Jared Cook be able to produce on this team, but I do expect Donald Parham, when he's healthy, to be the guy. So if you wanted to draft him, he's most likely going to go undrafted, so you can pick him up off the waiver wire. Back to me here, and let's just continue to get some more depth here at the wide receiver position. We got MVS still available here, Julio Jones, who I really like. Let's go down a little bit and let's grab some rookies. I like Alec Pierce a lot this season. He's been looking great in camp. He's been making a lot of good contested catches. Matt Ryan is his quarterback. This team is very thin at the wide receiver position. Michael Pittman is pretty much the only other guy that is reliable on this team. So Alec Pierce has a great opportunity to step up on this team. Back to me, and let's just get another wide receiver here. And looking at the wide receivers available, we got Kenny Galladay, who I don't mind. Jalen Talbert, who I also don't mind. I'm going to go with Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs is another rookie on a team that is thin at the wide receiver position. They got Alan Lazard that is likely going to be the guy. Sammy Watkins is going to probably be involved in this wide receiver rotation. But I think Romeo Doubs, with Christian Watson suffering his knee injury that held him out of practice, I think he's off the PUP list now, but he's still not fully practicing. I think Romeo Doubs has a great opportunity with Christian Watson getting hurt to step up and be involved in this offense. So it's the last pick here, so we need a defense, and Dallas Cowboys are available, so that's who I'm going with. And that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, line them up.